You know, I've said repeatedly that we are the most blessed generation of all time. Going back, having the Messiah rule over us for 1,000 years, however long we live through that portion, again, we are by far the most blessed generation. But there's something even more on a fleshly level of why we are so blessed. There's going to be somebody from every people group in our tribes. Can you imagine how good that food is going to be? I mean, we're going to have more ethnic restaurants and places to eat when we go back to the kingdom than are in Washington, D.C. or New York City. And those are probably the two largest areas for ethnic diversity for the restaurants. I mean, we're going to have, you know, if you're from Thailand, raise your hand. I want you in my family because they can cook like crazy. I'm I'm a pretty good cook, um, and I can do certain things. But you know, the Russians with borscht, and you know, the Germans with the cabbage, and of course they do a lot of pork, which we won't have, and we don't have to ever worry about having an unclean thing of food when we go back there. It's just an amazing thing we're going to eat. I can't imagine I'm going to be short of 500 pounds by the time I finally kick the bucket, because I just think of all the amount of food. You know, there'll be Mexicans in there, and they can cook like crazy. And again, I'm not bad as a cook, but to be able to try out all the diversity, you know, Lebanon in its own right is just an incredible hodgepodge of how they cook. Turkey has some incredible flavors. Morocco, incredible flavors. We'll have it all. We have all of this. I mean, I think back, if you think back at the time of Abraham, he had probably himself and just a few others, and the meal they ate was the meal they ate every single day because they knew how to make certain meals. We'll have everything you can imagine. You know, I don't know, other than Outback Restaurant, which I know is an embarrassment to all people from Australia, what the Australian menu is. And I've had enough British food to say, other than, again, they do cookies and cakes like crazy. But what food would not be there in our tribal lands? Because there's going to be somebody from everywhere. There's going to be somebody from everywhere. And again, I know this is on a flesh side, and I get that. But wow, my stomach is going to be full all the freaking time. And all I'll keep thinking about is, okay, I'm going to keep switching off each country as I check off the boxes. I only have so many days. I got to hit all the restaurants. So just an amazing thing of all the varied types of foods we're going to have. You may only have so many different vegetables that are produced in the world, but each country has its own way of cooking those vegetables, which gives it a different flavor. We get to have it all. I mean, the fat man in me wants to come out.